Magandang gabi sa ating lahat. Welcome to our 365 Daily Devotion. Ngayon ay ating patuloy na pagbubulaya ng ating series. No? At ang devotion natin ngayon ay pinamagatang Surrender, Control to God. Ang paksa natin ay magmumula sa Exodus chapter 14 verse 14. Ang sabi dito, no, the Lord shall fight for you and He shall hold your peace. So ang paksa natin ay merong katuruan, no? At ang katuruan natin ay una, people desire control. So as humans, we often crave control over our lives. So we like to plan, organize, and predict outcomes, finding common or comfort in the sense that we are directing our own lives. However, life frequently presents us with situations that remind us of our limitations. We may encounter challenges that are beyond our control, like illness or unexpected job loss or broken relationships. So in these moments, the desire to fix everything ourselves can become overwhelming. So in Exodus 14, the Israelites face an impossible situation. They can't fight the Egyptian army and they can't cross the Red Sea on their own. They are completely helpless and dependent on God. This scenario is a profound reminder that our desire for control is often futile. So when we insist on controlling every detail of our lives, we forget that we are not the ultimate source of strength and wisdom. God is. So our desire for control can lead us to fear, anxiety, and doubt because we're relying on our limited understanding and resources. Second teaching is human desires fall short of God's plan. While we may have plans and desires, God's ways are infinitely higher than ours. So we might think we know what's best, but our perspective is limited and our understanding is finite. So in Isaiah 55:8-9, God says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither your ways my ways." So just as the Israelites couldn't see a way out of their predicament, we often can't see beyond our immediate challenges, but God had miraculous plan in place all along. So our plans, no matter how well thought out, fall short of God's divine wisdom. The Israelites wanted to return to Egypt. So when they saw no escape, fearing that the wilderness would lead them to death, yet God had already planned their victory and freedom. Though through a miraculous path they could never have anticipated in our own lives. So we may also face moments when we feel trapped or hopeless, but instead of leaning on our own desires, we can trust that God's plan for us is far greater than anything we could imagine. So His plans are rooted in love, wisdom, and sovereignty, and they lead to blessings we might not initially see. Last teaching is to be still, surrender, and obey. So Moses' instructions to Israelites was simple yet profound. So the Lord shall fight for you and ye shall hold your peace. So in essence, Moses was saying, be still and let God take control. So in moments of panic, our instinct is to act, to try to fix things or to find an escape route. But sometimes God calls us to do the opposite, to surrender our efforts, quiet our minds, and trust in His power. So surrendering control is not passive resignation. It's an active choice to trust God, knowing that He is able and willing to fight on our behalf. Being still requires faith, patience, and a willingness to wait on God's timing. It means releasing our fears, our need for control and our reliance on human solutions. So when we surrender, we acknowledge that God's strength is made perfect in our weakness. So we can obey Him by trusting Him even when we can't see the way forward. So this surrender is a powerful declaration of faith, inviting God to work in ways that exceed our expectations.